Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Alexis. In this video, I'm doing a tag with some friends of mine from Twitter and YouTube. It's called the Not Dead Yet tag. And it's basically about different things that we think are the problem with like the beauty community, and as far as like aging people, as far as aging, ageism, that sort of thing goes. So I need to fix my light. Okay, light is fixed. So basically I've taken some notes about little things that I want to kind of talk about. I'm doing this tag and I'm going to create a playlist so that the other ladies that are in this, I tried to find guys that were over the age of 35 and nobody knew any of them. So I don't have any men in this video or this playlist, which is a bit disappointing. Because I really wanted representation to be out there. Because frankly, there's not reputation for men in the beauty community, really. I mean, are they making, companies making strides and that sort of thing, putting men in their campaigns? Absolutely. Do I think they could be doing more? Totally could be. Because I feel like even more so than women over a certain age, men are just as equally not represented in their age brackets. So that's a bit disappointing. But yeah, so I'm going to be using my Be Perfect palette today. Again, the Carnival palette. Or yeah, Be Perfect, right? Yeah, Be Perfect Carnival palette. I really want the new one. I think it looks amazing. But I barely played with this one, so I kind of want to, make what looks I can out of the palettes that I have. But anyway, back to the video about misrepresentation, or no representation really, is that a lot of companies, for whatever reason, feel like over the age of, I feel like, and I think other people can probably, basically say the same thing, report back the same types of findings, is that companies, after you get like, the idea, I don't like the idea of ageless beauty, simply because people get older. Women and men get older. It happens. And this, I'm going in with color makeup, and I'm going to pop a picture up on the screen of what it looks like. And I'm just using this as my transition color. So I don't like the idea of ageless beauty because, like I said, we all age. It's a fact of life. We're all going to get old. We're all going to die. And, it's a very, I don't want to say nihilistic view of the world, because I don't even think that's the right word for it. But, it's a very pessimistic way of looking at things. And frankly, I am pessimistic. I'm a very pessimistic person by nature. I'm always waiting for the shoe to drop, that sort of thing. And I feel like, God bless, that's a pretty color. Look, so I feel like the fact that these companies try to market to us to make us, I feel like a lot of these marketing campaigns are like fear mongering to a certain extent, because they try and get you, to fear the fact that you're going to get older, you're going to get wrinkles, you're going to get sagging skin, you're going to have, like adipose leave part of your family, oh my god, adipose is going to leave your body, so you're going to start getting like less puffy cheeks and not as supple lips and that sort of thing. It's just a fact of nature. It happens. There's nothing wrong with it. And it irks me. It really truly irks me to see these companies, get these, models to represent our age groups, but they're not a true representation. You get 24 to 26-year-olds to do like fucking Olay commercials, and it's just, it's a bit offensive, really. I would like to see older people, and this is specifically over the age of 35, because I'm 38, and so I've got some women in here we have varying age groups, so I want to hear like this from their perspective as well. So yeah, the idea of there being ageless beauty, there's nothing wrong with aging. There's nothing wrong with being a person that's older, that likes to do makeup. There's nothing wrong with that. And that kind of goes into, commercials that are acted out by older actresses and actors. Whenever they're doing these videos, or commercials, I should say, it's like I'm trying to put it in words that it makes sense to me. It's like they pick actors and actresses that are older, but all the commercials that they're in are all about hiding wrinkles, hiding gray hairs, plump up sagging skin, etc., etc. And it's like, why can't we just show, you know, actors that are of a certain age, that fall into a certain age bracket? This is the color Persuasion. Why can't we have actors in the same age group that they're promoting to be the ones that sell us things? You know, why can't we have, oh God, that color is pretty and super vibrant. Whoa, beach. I thought it was going to be a lot darker. This has come off way more magenta, which is super okay with me. So yeah, you know, and the idea that after you get to a certain age, all you care about are wrinkles and fine lines and sagging skin and stuff like that. And frankly, you know, the people that I watch on YouTube that are of a certain age group don't really subscribe to that way of thinking. It's, you know, I don't hear, like, for instance, Rose or Nikki. I don't hear either one of them talk about, oh, my skin is so wrinkly and, you know, I have to do this to hide my fine lines and stuff like that. No, these girls just come in here and they play with makeup, they put it on, they look fantastic, and, you know, that's it. You know, same can be said for Tony and for Audra. We just kind of go in and we just play with makeup, just play with it. This is the color Wasted. We just kind of play with makeup and let it, you know, be a form of therapy almost, especially with how crazy the world is right now. I mean, it's like the world is on fire at the moment, and there's not a whole hell of a lot we can do about it. And so I find like makeup as an escape is really great. I love watching the BoxyCharm videos, because, you know, I really enjoy watching Rose's unboxings of the BoxyCharms boxes, and the fact that she actually like uses it, and Rose doesn't come off as, you know, oh, I can't use this because this is from this brand, or I can't use this because the eyeshadows are shimmery, or I can't, you know, it's, you know, I don't want to use this because it's not something that I'm drawn to. Not necessarily that, oh, I'm too old for it. You know, so this video is going to kind of turn into a rant video, but it's something that really has got me thinking lately. And, you know, I just wonder how many other people are out there. I'm going to go into Reckless. I wonder, you know, how many people are out here living their best lives, and then they get hit by like, oh God, the targeted advertising for that Google does and YouTube does is like, oh, it's so invasive almost. I hate that Apple listens to your conversations and then like suggests things to you based on what they've heard you say. So, like, if I'm talking about a friend that's just had a baby, I get lots of Huggies commercials, or I get, you know, say I get like a Facebook ad or something like that that's talking about dishwashing detergent, or, you know, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen one for dishwashing detergent, but that's, you know, you understand what I'm trying to say. You know, I am sick and tired of seeing rules, you know, these quote unquote rules of what you can and can't do with your makeup because you're over a certain age. Makeup is another form of expression. It's why I dye my hair purple. It's why I've got my nose piercing. It's why I've got my nose piercings, I should say. You know, that's why I've got my gauges in my ears. You know, it's another form of self-expression. And, oh, this eye look is turning out really fucking pretty. I am happy with this. All right, I'm going to go on with the color Temptation. And do I want to put glitter glue down? No. Just gonna go in with my finger. Oh yeah, beach. Oh, that's a pretty shade. I wonder if you can see on my, oh God, just get that on my face. On my finger, how just, oh, so pretty. Oh mate, that is stunning. I'm gonna bring that all the way across the lid, or most of the way across the lid. And then I'm going to Feather Temptation back in. Is that the right brush? I think so. Feather Temptation on the corner of that. Oh, that's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh, that is so pretty. It looks almost orange on the screen, but it definitely is picking up more burgundy burnt red color, and it's absolutely amazing. I love this color. So the next thing I want to talk about, you know, besides the commercials of them like acting out by older actresses and actors, I really wonder how many of these people are actually over the age of 35. Now, if somebody were like 35, 40, 45, 50, I would definitely like take their feedback on products more into consideration than I would a fucking 20-year-old trying to sell me, you know, under eye cream to make myself look more youthful and beautiful, because youth equals beauty, which I think is a crock of shit. Wow, I got done with my eyes like really fucking fast, and I've still got a whole face to go. Oh, this kind of ties into what I was saying about the actors and actresses. I really am sick to death of seeing the ads with the 20-year-olds where they're selling me anti-aging products. You know, you've got these beautiful models who are paid to look gorgeous all day, every day, and you just don't have any real representation of people, you know, of varying age groups. And it's a little off-putting when companies use younger actors and actresses to sell health and beauty products to a certain target audience. It's like, if you want me to buy something at the age of 35 or 40, show me a 35-year-old or 40-year-old person who's had like these side-by-side pictures done. You know, like I think it's Olay that does the 30-day trial or 3-month trial or whatever it is, and they're like, you know, test out our products for however many days and see, and you'll love it, you'll see, kind of thing. I don't know, maybe I won't like this thing, and that's okay. You know, maybe this product won't work for me, but I've seen it done on somebody, you know, somebody's skin that, you know, looks like me. And so it's just a little bit off-putting to see a 20-year-old trying to sell, you know, certain products. But you know, 20-year-olds don't really care about aging. They care more about going out and partying or being at university and getting an education. You know, they don't spend a lot of money on anti-aging products, at least not from my experience in the beauty community and in the beauty, you know, working at a cosmetics counter. You know, they don't, you know, care that something's got, you know, even though they should, they don't care that something doesn't have SPF in it. They don't have to follow the same, you know, rules as people, you know, as the beauty community has, beauty industry, I should say, has put such limitations on people based on age. You know, like, you're not supposed to wear this, that, and the other. Like, I love that Audra doesn't give any fucks, and she's like, I'm gonna put shimmer all over my face because I can. And Tony, oh my god, Tony is just so perfect, just stunning, and I hate you. But anyway, you know, I'm tired of seeing these 20-year-olds trying to sell me a product for my mature skin. And it's like, why can't you just hire somebody that is more mature looking? What's so wrong with that? Why can't people of certain ages sell products to people that are target demographic for that? So yeah, I just am kind of annoyed that keeps happening. Another thing that really gets to me is that you know, how do we combat this lack of representation? How do we combat this lack of diversity in the beauty community? I honestly don't know if there are any, you know, very many at all. I know there are a few, like there's Lulu, I think Adele has a channel, Joe has a channel, but she does more commentary. You've got people like Rose, who's also aka Beauty Boomer. You've got Audra, you've got me, you've got Tony. You have these women that I love and know and like trust. These women, unfortunately, due to marketing, are not being like targeted for certain marketing things. And the fact of the matter is people that are older spend more money on makeup. I think part of it is because of the illusion that, you know, younger skin, youthful skin is better skin, because I would disagree with that. My skin has never looked better, and I'm almost 40. I had such terrible acne growing up. I still dealt with it well into my 30s. I still deal with it, but I take better care of my skin now because, you know, I'm of that age where, you know, I'm being told that I have to have like perfect under eyes, and I have to have perfect skin, and I have to have, you know, no age spots, and, you know, I need to do this, that, and the third. You know, it's like, I don't know how to combat this. I don't know if it's one of those, you know, vote with your wallets or just get more stuff out there about it and, you know, try and like talk to brands and stuff like that and say, you know, where are your over 35s? Because frankly, the over 30s and over 35s are the ones that are actually buying all this makeup and spending all this money because, you know, some people have the disposable income to do it. Not a lot do, but you know what? If you can't afford high-end makeup, where do you go? You go to the drugstore, and what do you see? All these advertising campaigns, you know, that have the anti-aging things and whatnot. And I wish that aging wasn't such like a dirty word in the beauty community. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm getting distracted by doing my makeup, which is what I want because I started doing hydrotherapy again and my back's killing me. But I was bound and determined to get this collaboration done, so that's why I'm sitting here. Because I love the makeup, I love you guys, I love my people that are doing the thing, that are doing the thing. You know, I just wish that brands would think about who their target demographic is. Because it's not the 18 to 25s. It's really not. I mean, do people of that age buy makeup? Yes. Do they buy it for anti-aging? Absolutely not. I can't tell you how many 25-year-olds actually give two shits about whether or not something has SPF in it or whether or not it's going to settle in fine lines, whether they just don't care about those types of things. Like, do they want even skin tone? Sure. Do they want to look airbrushed? Sure, but that's for everybody. Everybody wants to look airbrushed. Everybody wants to look super smooth. But I don't think that men and women of that age bracket really care about the anti-aging. And so I don't understand why it's not being targeted for people that it's meant for. I don't understand it. It makes like no sense to me, which is frustrating because I really like, if I saw more representation from, like, say, Estee Lauder, I would be all over that. If I saw more representation from Lancome, I would be all over that. Like, the marketing I've seen for Lancome they use women that are over a certain age to sell their fragrances, but not so much the makeup, which I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. But, you know, you see like the older women selling, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, like Julia Roberts. She does the whatchamacallit, advertising for, what's it called? Tresor, I think? Tresor? But like you see Julia Roberts selling that. But younger aged people don't have that kind of money. Like, the only reason I ever wore Lancome or wore Chanel or wore this, that, and the third is because I had access to gratis. Otherwise, I was going to the drugstore. I would come into, when I worked at Dillard's, I would go into Dillard's, I would have a clean face, and I would go in and just do my skincare, do my face, and I didn't have to worry about buying the makeup. Because at that age, I was more concentrated on going out and partying with my friends. So, you know, I don't understand why. I just don't understand why. It's frustrating. It's really, truly frustrating. You know, and I don't know, like, I don't want to piss off the wrong people. Like, I don't want to step on any toes, and I've kind of stuffed this wing up. I don't think you can see it. Maybe you can, but I'll have to fix that up. But, like, I don't want to offend anybody that's watching this video. I'm talking about this strictly from the standpoint of me being a more mature consumer, just looking for a little bit of representation. And I don't think there's anything wrong with requesting that from companies. I think companies could, like, do a really good service to their companies if they would just listen to older women, because we are the ones that are buying a majority of this makeup and this skincare and, you know, the anti-aging stuff, because we're being fed this bullshit that youth is beauty. And that's not true. You know, I mean, if fucking fashion houses can employ women over the age of 50 and 60 for their fucking clothing campaigns, why can't they? Okay, these wings are just out of control. These wings are just out of control. I bollocks these up, but you know what? It's okay. I'm not going anywhere. I don't have to see anybody. So, you know, I know I'm repeating myself, but I don't know why society has told us, you know, I don't know how we combat this. I don't know if voting with the wallet is the right thing. I don't know if contacting these makeup brands is the right thing. And, you know, like, I don't want to go so far as to say, like, let's start a petition. But, you know, I mean, would it help? You know, like, I don't know how old, like, my demographic is, but, like, tell me, if you know, in order to see better representation, would you sign an actual petition? Like, would you start a Twitter handle, or what do you call it? A tag? Like, would you be willing to do something like that? Because I feel like the men and women that are buying these products are being sold a lie, essentially. Because, you know, if you're over a certain age, you're never going to look like you look, well, unless you're blessed like certain people, you know, you're never going to look like you're in your 20s again after your 20s. And it also depends on how rough you are on your body, but you're gonna get old at some point. It's a fact of life. And I just don't understand why aging is so taboo. I don't understand why it's so taboo, why it can't just be a part of life. We're all born, we all live, we all die, and some of us just want to look fabulous on our way out, which is me. I just want to look fabulous on my way out. And honestly, if I had a brand, like, if there, like, say, I'm trying to think of a brand that I really like, but I really would like to see more representation. I think something like ColourPop. If ColourPop, like, they don't do, like, I honestly haven't seen any, like, ad campaigns from ColourPop. They usually just show their palettes and that's it. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I bought anything from ColourPop, but it's been a while since I bought anything, to be perfectly honest. And so, you know, I would like to know how you think that this could be, you know, something that can be changed, or if it can be changed, if it's so ingrained in our society that it's never going to get better, that it's always going to be poor representation. What are some of the things that, like, you guys would want to see in the beauty community? What, you know, in the beauty industry, not just the community on YouTube or on Twitter or on Instagram. I'm talking about, like, in general. Would you be more likely to buy from a brand if they had better representation of certain age groups? I know I would. I would go for something like Benefit, or I would go for more Stila stuff. You know, Stila used to be this is when I worked for Stila. I always had, like, my clientele were over the age of 30. And when Stila first started, they had very cartoonish packaging. Very young, very, I don't know if childish is the right word, but very age inappropriate, I guess. But, you know, I would have customers that would come by and they'd be like, oh, I thought this was a kid's makeup brand. And it's like, no, it's actually not. And so you'd have to go in and you'd have to explain what Stila stood for and that sort of thing. And, you know, they'd be like, I was going to walk right past this brand because it just didn't look like it was for me. And I'm like, no, it's for all ages. And, you know, Stila's is Italian or Latin for pen. And, you know, you write your own story. And that was, like, their whole thing was, you know, you're the author of your own story kind of thing. And so Stila it was fucking hard to sell when I worked for them. It was so hard because, one, I was sitting next to a Benefit counter. And Benefit was all the rage then. It was, like, brand new on the market and everybody wanted Benefit. And so, you know, it was really hard to try and sell to a certain demographic because of the way the makeup packaging looked. And looking at it now, I totally get it. And I understand why women would just walk by. I never had the opportunity to work on a man's makeup before, which is something I think would have been really fun. But I'm talking about early 2000s here. So, you know, late 90s, early 2000s. I think that's part of the reason that Stila, you know, moved away from that type of packaging and moved away from that type of aesthetic, because they were missing out on a demographic because there wasn't representation. You know, a woman didn't look at it and go, that's for me. You know, oh, I can make up my own 6-pan palette. I can make up my own, you know, giant palettes. I can make up tiny quads, which I thought was a brilliant idea. And I had my makeup for way longer than I am comfortable admitting. It's like a perfect example, is that if a woman or a man doesn't think that something is marketed towards them, they probably are less likely to buy it. And like I said, that was a massive problem that I heard more than once when I worked at Stila. Lancome, we had women of all ages and men of all ages come in, which I always thought was interesting. Like, it was hard for me to get clients. Like, you'd have the girls come in, the younger girls come in, and they would look at some of our products and they'd be like, oh, these, juicy tubes, or I can't remember if that's what they were called or not. And they would buy the shit out of the juicy tubes because they were glittery, they were fun colors, they made your lips look really juicy, they smelled amazing, and they would buy the shit out of those. But when it came to foundations, and I don't even think concealers were a thing then, but they would come in and, you would try and sell them these higher end makeup products, and they didn't have the funds for it. Like, I could have a customer walk out with a full face and get $400 worth of sales, because you sold them the skincare, you sold them the, the foundations and the eyeshadows and the mascaras, but you would try and get a girl to come in to get her makeup done for a wedding, and, you would get her to buy, you'd always sell her the powder and the lipstick, because the lipstick and powder, like, you can't live without. And then you say, oh, but you know what? If you do lipstick, you're going to have to do your lip liner. And then if you want the juicy again, you're going to have to get a juicy tube. So you would always, like, upsell a customer. Brides, it was so much easier with, so much easier with, because, you want to look bomb your whole, day. I'm going to play with my Lunar Beauty Moon Prism blush palette. So fucking excited that I got this. I'm so excited. This is what it looks like on the inside, and it's beautiful. It's so pretty. Oh, I'm so excited to use this blush. I'm going to go in with Spacey, which is this color here, and I'm going to go very lightly with this one. Ooh, look at that. Hell yeah. I'm really digging my makeup today, guys. It's been, I haven't posted a video in 3 weeks, but that's not what this video is about. So, I mean, the long and short of this video is basically that I'm tired of being treated like I don't matter in this beauty space. I have thoughts, I have dreams, I have aspirations, I have goals that I want to fulfill. I have things that matter to me as far as being a consumer and a makeup person. I've been doing makeup on myself, on my friends, on clients, like, for years and years and years. And, I just, I don't know. I feel like it's such a shame, to be perfectly honest, because I have a feeling that if brands were to actually listen and take note and would, start targeting people that are older and that have more money and could actually afford to pay for their products. I feel like if companies actually, like, took stock and listened, I feel like brands, if they stopped pushing this false narrative that aging is bad, like, it's a bad word, like, you can't say that you're elderly, you're mature, you can't say, it's just, like, aging is such a dirty thing, and I don't understand why. And I don't understand why brands don't focus more on, representation as far as, like, people of color, BIPOC, men, women, I don't understand why there's not enough representation. Like, we're getting there as far as, like, men in makeup. We're starting to make some progress there. We're starting to make progress with people of color as far as that's concerned. What I would like to see, and I'm not comparing this to, like, social justice or anything like that, but I feel like, people that are older have more disposable income and make up a greater representation of your client base than you think they do. Rather than being kind of told, like, oh, this is a dirty thing, like, getting older is a dirty word. We can't talk about getting older because it's a turn off and people don't want to hear about that. But frankly, I want to hear about it. I want to see older people doing makeup campaigns. That's not just anti-aging. Yes, I do understand that as you get older, especially for women, your skin changes, you know, you get drier in some spots, sometimes you get more fine lines and stuff like that. I totally get it. I understand. But it's not a bad thing. It's not, it shouldn't be a dirty word. It shouldn't be like the worst kept secret. I really wish that there were more people out there that could, I don't know, kind of like spearhead a change. And like I said, I tried to look for men that were over 35 that were doing makeup, and unfortunately I couldn't find any. I would love to hear men's opinion on this, like how they feel about being sold makeup by teenagers and you know, people that don't necessarily represent them in the community. So yeah, that's basically my rant on aging and the beauty community and the not dead yet tag. I'm 38 years old. I am proud to admit that. I am almost 40, which I'll probably freak out about, but you know, that's not happening for another couple years. So another year and a half, which is kind of freaky to say out loud that I'm going to be 40, because frankly, I didn't expect to live past the age of 21, but you know, that's just because I had a really crazy life when I was growing up. But anyway, if you guys have any men that you would like to tag with this not dead yet tag, hashtag not dead yet, on Twitter or on Instagram, then please tag them, and I think I can leave the playlist open, and if I do, or if I can work out how to do that, I'll leave the playlist open because I would love to see what some men would like to say about this. I think that I've pretty well got a good age range for the women that are doing this tag, and you know, if you can think of anybody else that you think would benefit from hearing this or would like to see this or has their own opinions on it, then please, you know, post your pictures of, you know, with the hashtag not dead yet. On Twitter and on Instagram. Well, Twitter, because I'm not really on Instagram so much anymore. I don't like Instagram. I never have liked it. But, you know, use hashtag not dead yet on Twitter. Let's see if we can get our voices heard and maybe elicit some change. Who knows? I mean, you know, crazier things have happened. But anyways, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video, which hopefully will be more often than every 3 weeks. And let me know down in the comments, like, what kinds of things would you like to see from brands that you would definitely be like, here, take my fucking money. Like, take my money if they did, you know, with their marketing campaigns and that sort of thing. So, yeah. Oh, and as a side note, I don't know if you can see that little red spot right there, but that's where my hairdresser cut off some of my ear. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.